our next drill is going to be on hand matching. So what we want to do is, as I said, we want to eliminate the variables and try and break down each technique into its simplest form. So now we're going to stand on some very easy, comfortable footholds on a slab preferably, but you can also do this on a face or a steep wall. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the different positions that we can match our hands and how we're going to do that. So really we want to focus on the technique. When you think about it, when you match on a hand, you really want to save the most amount of space you can with one hand and bring the other hand in. But the trick is this hand has to slowly peel off and this hand has to replace it. So what we look at doing when we're matching is we really want to grab the hold with these lower fingers getting the most amount of purchase. And then as you transition, you're going to lift your index finger and you're going to take the lower fingers of the hand you're coming in with and put them as tight as you can. And then you're slowly going to piano your fingers on as the other hand comes off in order to get the full hold. So that looks like this. So let's say we have one of the bigger holds. What we're going to do is we're going to pull in, bring our hips in, try and get under the hold that we're matching on. And then, as I said, we want to grab it really good with the lower fingers. And then these other two fingers just sit on here. And then with these lower fingers, we're going to come in and just transfer. And the fingers will just slowly piano back and forth. And you want to practice that. So that's the first part, and then we want to look at different hold positions, because sometimes we don't have the opportunity of our whole hand. Sometimes we only have two fingers, so maybe it's not, we can't use the pinky, we can only use the ring and middle finger, and then we have to match with the ring and middle finger of the other hand. So what I want you to do is play with the different hand positions, and then also, for a lot of holds, you don't have to match in the same position. If you're creative, you can match on one hand grabbing here and one hand grabbing on top in order to get more space out of the hold and two better holds versus two small holds on top. Now when we go into pockets, pockets get a little trickier because there's really only two fingers here, and to match means that you have to go down to one. Now we can do that, and what we would do is we would try and pull to the side as much as we can and then switch with the one finger and then the two. But you're definitely going to be hanging on with one finger. So another opportunity you have, this is called a shadow match. And what that is you're going to hover your finger over your other hand, and then you're going to lean in, and then your hand's going to sink down and take the place of both fingers at the same time. So this kind of shock loads your fingers a bit, but it's a lot better than just pulling with one finger and finagling a match that way. So really, it's kind of situation specific, but I highly recommend practicing that one because there is a technique to it, and it allows you to get the best purchase of a pocket with both hands, and you can just switch back and forth. Also on steep climbing, sometimes we have to do that with our whole hand just because all of our body weight is on our shoulders and we can't transfer the weight to our feet, so we need to just switch our hands quickly, and that allows for a much faster match. So that's the hand matching drill. Try the different positions, and then we'll move on to the next drill and see how our hips work with matching.